Yeah, eat, sleep, fantasy, you rockin' with the best. NFL Fantasy Football Podcast. We talking mock drafts, running backs, better follow the conversation.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Eat, Sleep, Fantasy Football Podcast, otherwise known as the Tracksuits of Fantasy Football Podcast. My name is Dale. Joining me today is Clayton. We're going to have a fun time today.
Or it's Dale's Tracksuit Podcast. Not everyone's podcast, Tracksuit Podcast. Okay, go ahead. You
Yes.
tell the story.
Okay, half of my friends hate the tracksuit idea. The other half love it. It literally is 50-50. When I tell people, hey, I'm getting a tracksuit, a designer, best quality tracksuit you've ever seen in your life, and we're going to get to that in just a little bit because I think I might have some promo codes. I'm working my magic here. But, dude, these tracksuits are amazing, and I'm getting one. And I'm starting to not care what other people think of me. The tracksuit is amazing. It looks super comfortable. Maybe wear it around the house, go to the grocery store, little by little. It's going to build confidence, and you will see a new me.
Did you tell them what your size was? Like how tall you were? Is that like a toddler, like a toddler extra large
funny.
or what?
That's funny. That's so funny. My size is fat toddler. No, we're gonna see. Look, I'm gonna send pictures. I'm gonna show pictures as soon as this. I'm talking with a designer now to go through some tracksuit quality stuff with me, and it's big. It's big news. But the best thing of all is that I'm gonna have a tracksuit, and I will wear it every single episode of Eat Sleep Fantasy because I'm gonna be that proud of it.
Can't wait, buddy.
It's gonna be amazing. For those of you who don't know, Eat Sleep Fantasy is a fantasy football podcast. Thanks for joining us. If this is your first time ever listening, me and Clayton, we're good friends. We're going to talk, but we're going to talk fantasy football. But we're also going to talk about, our families. We're going to talk about, tracksuits. And the reason why I brought up that Eat Sleep Fantasy is like a tracksuit is because half the people hate us. They've already tuned us out, and the other half loves us, and they're going to wear tracksuits everywhere. So
we can't be loved by everybody, right?
We are definitely not. And my last episode of Eat Sleep Fantasy, it's probably going to be episode. I might just quit at 500. I'll get to 499,
and that's it.
And that's
Pack
it.
it in.
yeah. Just get to 499. 500 is just going to be a big shit show.
Yeah,
where I'm just going to talk much shit about everybody that I don't care about.
Put everyone on blast. And that's it.
I have DMs. I have emails. Oh man, I'm holding it back, but
and then delete all your social media after, so nobody could ever respond back to you.
Yeah. I'll just have a burner account just to see what everybody's saying, because I have 60 minutes of nothing but fire for my very final episode. Trust me.
Perfect. There you go.
Oh man, family's gonna hate me. You guys are gonna hate me. It's gonna be fun. But anyways. We have a lot of announcements. Let's not get into all the announcements because I want to talk about Draft Night Out. That's going to be really fun, and a couple other things. So we're going to do some Dynasty talk today. We're going to go through just a very shallow Dynasty rankings. You give me some of yours. Tell me what you think. I'll give you some of mine. I'll tell you what, we'll go through and see what each other is thinking about everything. What do you think?
Sounds good. Let's go.
All right. Let's just start off the bat with quarterbacks. Looking at some of these dynasty rankings, one big glaring thing is Desean Watson. Everybody's, selling him, maybe buying him really low. He's outside my top 10 as of today, as of March 31st.
He's 9 for me. I'm a Texans guy. I'm a Texans fan. So maybe it's a homer pick for me, but the thing with him, I just want to see how this thing pans out first before I start pushing him all the way down. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't look good. Don't get me wrong. It does not look very good at all.
It's not good. I'll tell you that right now.
It's not good. But until I want to hear a little bit more before, and if that's the case, I'll be pushing him, way the hell down. Maybe even out of my rankings, period.
I think he's up to 21 accusers.
Yeah, that's
so if he gets to 25, maybe move him down a couple spots. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's how
I'm not making light of any of this stuff.
No,
but the one interesting thing that his lawyer said today was, and this is, you want to know if somebody's guilty? Have your lawyer say this. He flat out said Desean Watson did not make any massage therapists uncomfortable. How can you say that? Like, what? How do you, first of all, like, how can you say that with such conviction? You don't know. Like, even if he didn't mean to, he doesn't know.
Maybe we could restart this. He's definitely outside of my top 10 now for sure. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that at all.
Yeah. They said Desean Watson did not make any massage therapist uncomfortable. Like, how could you say that? Like, the dude, it's going to go down. It's going to be a big story, especially as we get closer and closer. This is not like a DUI charge like we see in the offseason. This is way bigger, especially with as many accusers and some of the accounts. Like, if you read some of the detailed stuff, it's like, not looking good, buddy. Not looking good. Millions of dollars doing whatever you want, and you still do stupid shit like this. Like, that's
all these guys do, man. It's so as a fan of most of these guys, I'm just like of football in general.
Yeah.
I look at these kids, man, and I'm like, give me a quarter, like a fifth of the money that you have.
I'll stay home with the same girl the rest of my life and not even leave unless it's practice or a game.
Exactly.
That much money, I'm chilling in my $40 million mansion.
Like, who the hell? Like, these guys just think they're just untouchable. Like, this is who I am, and just not cool, man, at all.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so Deshaun Watson's an interesting one. Justin Herbert is in my top 10. And I don't know if we talked about this before, but he's going to be a solid dynasty quarterback, I think, for years to come. And as long as they keep giving him, little weapons at a time and giving him upgrades to his O-line, I think Justin Herbert is a lock for a top 10 quarterback in dynasty wise, right?
Yeah, I am currently sitting at 6th right now, so I really do like him. I like what they've. I like the weapons. I mean, I think we're going to see him take that extra leap again this year after having a whole year under his belt. Mm-hmm. I like that whole offense in general. Mike Williams, Keenan Allen. They got obviously on Hunter Henry left, but they still got Donald Parman there. They added Jared Cook. Like, they added weapons for him to make up for it. And I think we're going to see a big jump from him again this year.
Yeah, I do too. Are you taking Baker Mayfield or Jalen Hurts this year, or for Dynasty? I'm sorry.
For Dynasty,
Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield. I know Baker has a couple years on him, but it's not significant enough for the rankings.
I got Hurts just though. I got Hurts sitting at 12 and Baker at 17. Okay. I mean, there's a gap. I do like Hurts more just because of the. I don't know. I like what he brings. I like to see what a whole year is going to look like with Hurts behind center. Right. Mm-hmm. He's got young weapons. He's got a nice running game. And we saw what he could do with his legs. That's the thing. I know Baker's the same kind of thing. I know he's got probably more reliable, more bigger name weapons, in his offense. But just, I don't know. Go ahead.
Baker has had time to show us how incapable he can be sometimes, which is going to knock him, right? Jalen Hurts, we haven't seen enough of him. He's promising and he's young, so we'll see. Right?
Yeah. I agree.
Kyler Murray or Josh Allen, both in the top 5 for me.
I have them back to back. Actually, I got Josh Allen number 2. I love Josh Allen this year. I mean, I like him in general. I mean, the kids just can do everything, and I can't see him taking a step back at all. Kyler Murray, on the other hand, I mean, they just keep adding weapons for this kid. So it's going to be a toss up between the two of them. I think as far as it goes, though, I do like Josh Allen just a tad bit more.
Yeah. Where do you have Lamar Jackson ranked? Because I'm so conflicted on him. Obviously, huge asset, right? But
he's top 5, number 5 for me, just because of that whole running, the ability to use his legs. It does concern me though, as far as their passing stats go. They just don't throw the ball enough. So, I mean, if you're going to be drafting a guy, you're going to hold him for many years. You're going to want a guy like I could see Justin Herbert moving out, finishing above him. Joe Burrow with a full healthy season could finish ahead of him, right? And Joe Burrow's not even really the biggest running quarterback, but the fact that he could throw more touchdowns and stuff like that, it concerns me. I want to see maybe what they do coming out of the draft and seeing who they add before I determine my final spot for Lamar.
Sure. Okay. And then guys, how about some little bit older guys that you're hanging on to in Dynasty, like Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers? Where do you go with those guys in Dynasty? I mean, to me, Aaron Rodgers And I'm not the same dynasty player as everybody else. I get it. I'm more win now mode than most, I think. But I saw Aaron Rodgers as a QB1, a top 12 quarterback. Do you?
As do I. Yeah, I have them I have both of them in my top 10, 7 and 8. Just because you see what they can.
Yeah, even if you get it, I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off. Maybe I had too much caffeine today. I don't know what it is.
You just want to talk, man. You just want to talk. You're ready to go.
Oh, no, okay, you go. It's your show. I'll listen.
No, just saying with just seeing what they've done in the past. They proved that there's no stopping them right now. Realistically, they're still good for a bunch of years, in my opinion. Depending on what happens with Wilson and Seattle, I mean, he's going to be around for a while. Rodgers, yes, getting up there age-wise, but he's MVP last year. You know what I mean? So, like, I mean, you can't push that guy too far down the board, especially with the weapons that he does have as well. Mm-hmm. And the re-signing of Aaron Jones helps too.
Anything else? I'm not going to cut you off again.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So let's talk about your hair for a second. Sometimes you wear a hat. Your hair.
I always wear a hat.
Yeah. Although, I mean, we're the same age. I'm lucky enough to have. I mean, like, I still have a nice full head of hair. It is turning gray. I went on Facebook Live, and man, I got roasted by everybody talking about how gray I looked.
You did. You looked. Yeah,
I did. You could see it. I know. Yeah. I know. But so you. Full head or not full head of hair? That's what I was going to talk to you about.
No way.
Yeah, what is that called?
It's getting pushed up here. My hairline.
Yeah.
She's up here.
How long does that go until you shave?
I don't know. It's a little bit still. I think I'm still okay. Talk about hair. My brother, on the other hand, he got COVID. Right. Oh, so listen to this. So, but I'll send you a picture. I'll send it to your phone. But he had pretty like me, like a hair, had a little bit of a hairline. No big deal. He's like fucking losing his hair now. Like, he's like legit going bald. And the doctor was kind of talking about it's not necessarily from COVID, but the stress of COVID on his body is caused, you know what I mean? It's caused him to lose his hair. It's wild though, man. Like, he's like, he basically went and saw the barber. Like, we've been seeing the same barber for like 20 years, me and him. And he basically said, dude, this is the last time I see you, man. I'm shaving my head after this. So it's wild, but it's getting there. Yeah, for sure.
Look, I'm not trying to be mean. You know, like, I'm really curious. Like, the whole bald. If I was going a little bit bald, I would immediately start thinking about shaving. That's why I ask everybody. I asked KJ, our buddy, ESF buddy. He shaved his head completely because he was starting to lose hair little by little. I'm so interested in where's the point, because you see a lot of bald guys walking around. It's like, I'm always interested to hear, like, okay, I was looking in the mirror one day and I brushed and I'd realized it was getting thin, so I just shaved it off. Like, there's always that point. I'm just waiting. I don't know if like it's predetermined or not. Because for me, it's like as soon as this part, you know, right here on my forehead, as soon as that starts going, I'm shaving every day.
I think if I didn't put so much product in my hair, right? I think if I just let it kind of like a natural, like sit there. It comes like down to there, so it would look like I would have a whole head of hair, but see, I got
you do have good hair. It's just there's not a lot of it.
Yeah, I do got this like cowlick in the back. All of my kids actually have it too.
Yeah,
where if the barber really fucks up my hair, it sticks up all the time. So, but outside of that, whatever. I do think it looks pretty good though. Today.
I like the kind of like the rat's nest look.
Yeah, exactly.
I kind of like that. I like it. All right. Anyways. All right, let's look at some running backs. We're just going to touch on some of these running backs. The big thing is like between McCaffrey, Barkley, and Cook. For me, that's the same tier, and I don't really care what order they go in. For me, McCaffrey seems obvious, but I don't know. I'm okay if I was one or if somebody was one and they said I got Barkley, I would be 100% okay with it.
Yeah, I did push Taylor out of that tier. I did have Taylor up in that tier at one point before the signing of Marlon Mack again. To me, that's just kind of that was a weird signing that kind of pushed him down. I mean, not too far down the list, but he's no longer like my top five back anymore. So, but yeah, I do agree with that. Either one of those three guys, I would be more than happy to have. What are you doing? What are you doing with the young guys though? Like, let's talk Cam Akers, Dobbins, Swift. Like, where do you have them ranked?
Dobbins I've never been a huge fan of. I don't know. I have, first of all, it's Baltimore, and Baltimore just likes to do whatever they want with running the ball. Like, it's really hard to guess, although it seems like J.K. Dobbins is the guy. I like Cam Akers more than J.K. Dobbins. I'm thinking Dobbins early on. I kind of penciled in my rankings for this episode. I have him around 15 or 16. And I have Cam Akers 9, 10, 11, somewhere around there. Does that sound about right?
I have way more confidence in these guys than you do. I got Akers at 6.
Hold on. Tell me who you have over. Who you taking right before Akers? Give me the names. Give me 5 names.
Right before Akers?
Yeah.
McCaffrey, Barkley, Cook, Kamara, and Taylor. So I have Taylor at 5.
Okay, no Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry.
You're leaving Derrick Henry alone in Dynasty.
I got Henry at 10.
Interesting. Why?
Yeah, just I like these. I like this young group of guys with Dobbins, with Swift. These guys are just scraping the surface right now. Like, after watching what they did last year, Akers, on the other hand, he proved that he could be a bell cow back, and I think McVay learned from that. Now there's no Malcolm Brown there as well. There's still Henderson. Whatever. He's a nobody now, right? That's maybe a change of pace back, but I like what Akers could do. Dobbins, I guess I could see I'm not as super confident with, because like we mentioned earlier with Lamar Jackson and his running ability, how many touchdown looks is Dobbins going to get in the red zone? That's kind of, that could be a make it or break it from a guy being in the top 10 and a guy falling out of the top 10, right? Mm-hmm. And then as far as Swift goes, just the fact that Campbell came straight out and said that he wants to use Swift as a 3-down back, and let's go. I like Swift.
Yeah. Cool. You like Swift more than Dobbins?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And Aaron Jones is a top 12 for you?
Yes, Dynasty? He is. Yeah. Okay. And then another guy who is my number 12 is Antonio Gibson. I agree. I like him. I like him a ton, just because that offense in general now with Fitzpatrick, I'm bumping everybody and anybody up that I possibly can. Yeah. With Fitzpatrick, as crazy as that sounds, just because
it's an upgrade.
Yeah, it is an upgrade from what they had last year for sure.
Yep. Okay. And I guess 2 questions, big question marks for me. Maybe you could shed some light on it. Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Miles Sanders. Those are two interesting, because Miles Sanders, both of them have legs underneath them, right? What are we going to do?
I was having this kind of argument with my my co-host of my podcast, Abby, just today about Helaire. He's high on Helaire just because of drafted him in our Dynasty League number 1 last year and all this stuff like that. I have Helaire way down there at 18. Reason being is this offense is first and second. You're looking at passing the ball right now. You got Daryl Williams, or is Daryl Williams? Daryl Williams.
Yeah.
He proved that you can't take him off the field. Like, he's not just going to be a change of pace back. Yeah. They're going to scheme him into this offense. So, I mean, until I see a little bit more of Helaire, I'm kind of just backing off of him a little bit. And who was the other one you said? You were talking
Miles Sanders.
Miles Sanders, I have him at 14. I do like him. But now you kind of got to anticipate more running plays for Hurts. So kind of got to see where that goes from there.
Yeah.
There's so many, like you said, so many question marks with many of these offenses right now. You're kind of we kind of want to wait and see what happens with the draft and all that stuff. But as far as the early rankings go, that's where I have them.
Yeah. And the reason I want to talk Dynasty today was just because people are making moves in Dynasty today. You can still trade. You can, take a look and see what your rosters look like for the year. And you can still kind of make some moves right now. Redraft is just, for me, it's pointless until the draft and everything gets settled.
Yeah, agreed.
This Dynasty is very interesting. Really quick, before we move on, I do want to mention to everybody 2 things. One, we're on YouTube as well. Those that you don't go or know, subscribe. Make sure you hit the little notification bell for every time we go live or post videos. You'll get notified. And then hashtag 5-minute member. Don't forget the hashtag number 5-minute member. All no spaces. I do that on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Everywhere we post, basically, if you post within 5 minutes of it, you're eligible for some sweet prizes. I already picked out one winner. I'll say at the end of the episode, and we'll send him a shirt if he's listening. So we got that going. What else? Oh, Draft Night Out. DraftNightOut.com will be in Canton, Ohio, August 14th, 15th, that weekend. Clayton can't go because he's in Canada and he's not allowed to go anywhere.
No, border's still shut.
But me, Brito, John, and I know a couple other guys are thinking about going.
Oh, I want to go so bad too, so bad. This bugs me, but whatever. It's all good. You guys will rep the brand pretty well, I'm sure.
Yeah. So we're going to do the Fantasy Football Expo. DraftNightOut.com. If you're anywhere near Canton in August, I highly suggest you come. It's going to be really, really fun. We're basically drafting all at the same time in the same room, networking with each other, drafting, having fun, prizes. Trophy Smack is going to help us out with that. Well, more details on that is to come, but it's going to be a fun time. It's going to be a really, really good time. Also, I'll save one last announcement. I'll save for the end of the show, and it's the best announcement of them all. I'm holding back. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about wide receivers. Am I talking loud or a lot? Something's wrong.
No,
I'm going.
Hey, man, you do what you want to do, Dale.
Okay.
You're the talker. You're the talker.
I'm not. Truthfully, I am 100% not the talker. All right. So, in life, my wife doesn't let me talk very much. Okay. So, for Dynasty rankings in wide receivers, a couple interesting guys. Michael Thomas. Man, that's really hard to project what he's doing. Obviously, he's an elite talent, right? But are the targets going to come his way like he saw in previous years? I pushed him outside of my top 10 early on here. I know most likely Jameis Winston is going to be the guy. I mean, they're talking about still a quarterback controversy or whatever, competition, whatever you want to call it. But, we saw what Taysom Hill can't do shit. So he's going to be nobody. Jameis Winston, he says he's ready to be more than just a game manager. So we definitely could see. Oh, yeah. All his interceptions. He really managed the game really well before.
Hey, man, he got LASIK surgery, bro. He's good, man. He's good now. But yeah, maybe I would have liked to see a little bit more of Winston last year, just so we could kind of see a rapport, if he had some sort of a rapport with Michael Thomas. But like you said, Michael Thomas is an elite talent, and I could see him pushing up into the top 10.
Really good. Really good wide receivers can still do good for fantasy, even with a shitty quarterback. And
another reason why was his health last year, right? Just kind of pushed him down a little bit based on how much time he missed.
Yep. It was really hard for me not to rank AJ Brown number 1. It was really hard for me. I kept bumping up to 1 and then taking him down to like 2 or 3, 4, then bumping back up to 1. It didn't end up him being number 1, but how close is he to 1 for you?
He's number 2.
Yeah. Okay.
He's number 2. I got Adams 1, and then I got Brown number 2.
Right. Yeah. Now, does Aaron Rodgers' value dynasty hurt Davante Adams' dynasty value at all? Obviously not if you have him at 1.
I don't think so. We've seen Davante Adams perform like a number 1 receiver for I don't even know how many years now. At least back to back for sure, back to back years. Yeah, and and that's with him having really nobody on the other side. You know what I mean? To do anything. So I mean, he's still depending. Maybe in the draft, maybe Green Bay wakes up. Maybe drafts. Maybe one of these. I mean, this wide receiver class is fairly deep. So, I mean, there's a lot of guys out there. Maybe they go out and grab one finally for Adams. Mm-hmm. I just, until I see a decline in Adams' production or regression, I'm not moving them anywhere. Yeah.
And you think, for wide receivers, their value doesn't hold as long. So, guy, he has solid 3 or 4 years, I think, of really elite fantasy production.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's all Rodgers needs to be there for.
I mean, it's for receivers, you kind of can go, one bad year, that's going to cause you to just plummet, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. Because there's so many guys out there that are performing every year that, you could go a guy like you said, you go a guy like Allen Robinson, for example. Yes, a little bit on the older side. Has been lights out every year with a shitty quarterback. And I mean, I got him just outside my top 15.
Yeah.
But I like younger guys way better in Dynasty. So.
Mm-hmm. Julio Jones, I mean, he seems really, really old. I mean, is he anywhere near, say, a wide receiver 2 value at least in Dynasty?
I would say so. I'm just trying to look at my rankings here to see where I do have him.
I mean, he didn't play a ton last year. I think he only played like 9 or 10 games, but he's 32 years old. So, yeah.
Dynasty,
I was just curious where you have him.
Dynasty, I would have more of a wide receiver 3, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Somebody like way on the other end of the spectrum. I know I'm not trying to compare, but like somebody like Brandon Ayuk over Julio Jones.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay.
Now with maybe a Trey Lance or a Fields behind center too this year, sure. Even makes Ayuk even that much sweeter.
Yeah. I mean, you got to think. I mean, they're not keeping Jimmy Garoppolo around forever, right? Like,
no, I bet you what they do. He's going to be a bridge guy for whoever they draft. Mm-hmm. He's going to step in there for the first maybe 5-6 games until they can unleash whatever elite guy they get at number 3.
Yep.
And it better not be Mac Jones, because that would drive me fucking nuts.
This whole quarterback debate is really interesting. Mm-hmm. Because nobody agrees with anything anybody else says. But not everybody likes Mac Jones, but apparently, he's there.
I can't remember who it was today. I was listening to another podcast. Oh, Move the Sticks. They've Bucky Brooks and Daniel Jeremiah. I want to say Daniel Jeremiah may have had Justin Fields at 5.
Wow.
Which is crazy. I've watched every one of their pro days, and I'm just like, wow, like it's ridiculous. As far as that, but they all look so good in their pro day, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I guess it's just going to base on it's going to determine on what you want as a coach, I think, and what you're willing to play around with, I would think.
Yeah. I mean, like everybody else, because of Ryan Fitzpatrick, really like Terry McLaurin.
Oh yeah.
I think he's a top 12 guy for me. You too?
Yeah, exactly. That's where I got him.
Okay. All right. Stefan Diggs is way up there as long as Josh Allen continues to perform.
Oh yeah. Well, he's a target monster, and he's going to continue to be that.
Yeah.
So after watching what he did last year, that just tells you a guy going. I mean, we always knew that Diggs had the talent, right? It took basically him getting traded to another team in order to really explode, right?
Yep.
So that's why I don't count out many teams. Like we're talking about, look at when Hopkins was dealt to Arizona. Everyone's kind of like, oh, well, Kyler Murray, he's a rookie quarterback and stuff like that, but he didn't perform that bad. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I just think the more years you got with a young quarterback like that, I think you're just going to see guys like Hopkins on the older side of than most of these young guys.
Yeah.
You're going to see him still be putting up elite numbers alongside these young guys. So.
Yep. Let's talk a little bit about tight ends. The very first name I want to talk about is Kyle Pitts out of Florida. Go Gators. I'm going to name some tight ends, and you tell me where to stop, where you're drafting them.
Okay.
Travis Kelce, George Kittle, Darren Waller.
Stop. I have Pitts at 3. I have him over Waller.
Do you?
After watching that pro day today, I saw highlights of what I saw today, and even looking at tape, this kid's a monster. He's an absolute beast.
No matter where he gets drafted.
I don't care where he gets drafted. It's not. Yeah. I mean, there was talk about Miami going after him, but I can't see that happening. I would love to see him personally. I would love to see him in a place like Atlanta, just because a place with a quarterback that's going to sling the ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. I don't want him to be on one of these run first offenses. Right. I want a team that that's going to get him the ball. You're going to see this kid. Oh, he's going to be a highlight kid all year long.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think I would have Waller over him unless he goes to like some superstar spot where it's like, holy crap. But I have Waller, maybe Mark Andrews. But yeah, it's going to be hard. And so debating where to put him, I'm definitely drafting Waller over him. I don't care where he goes, I think.
But so you're going to have him at 4.
Yeah.
You'll have him at least 4. Yeah.
I think so. Now, if he goes somewhere that's like just total if he goes to Chicago, I'd rethink that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Even if he goes to like Philadelphia, that won't happen. But like teams like that, Dallas, I don't think I would. You know what? As that high in Dallas.
There's a lot of most to feed in Dallas, so that might not be the best landing spot for him. But go to a team like I said, like Atlanta, stuff like that have been. I mean, everybody's talking. Well, they got Hurst too, but no, man, Pitts is nowhere, or Hurst is nowhere. I'm not even on the same planet as Pitts is.
Right.
And I haven't even seen the kid play one single snap in the NFL. So.
Right. Jonnu Smith is a top 10 for me. For you, New England
I'm just outside at 11. Only because I don't know what's happening with this whole, with the whole tight end position. I mean, I do like the landing spot in New England. I said that even right when we were talking about free agency. I do like the landing spot until they sign Hunter Henry.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Well, one of these guys is going to be based basically are going to be blocking more than the other is, right? Like we watched, like we talked about Jonnu Smith last year. He would have broke out big time last year. We could have been talking about him in the top 6, 7 guys. And then all of a sudden Taylor Lewan goes down, and then now Jonnu Smith, he's a blocker, right? He's a big guy. He's a blocker. That's what Bill likes.
He's fast,
yeah. So, but he's going to finish as a top 10 tight end. Definitely.
Jonnu or Hunter Henry?
I do have, I have Henry 2 spots higher.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
If you had to pick, if one of them was a murderer, which one do you think it is?
That's a bad question.
And I'm thinking back to the Gronk and
Yeah.
So if one's going to be an all-time,
I'm going to
the other one's going to be a murderer. Which one's?
I'm going to go with Henry, man, because he's quiet. He doesn't say too much. You don't hear too much about this guy.
No,
he's sneaky. He's sneaky.
Yep.
He's that guy that hides in the back alley and just creeps right up on you, and then boom, you're gone.
Yep. Yeah. You think like Bill Belichick when he's interviewing people now, he's like, "Have you murdered anybody?"
Yeah. Or he's like,
change my questions up a little bit because he probably didn't ask Aaron Hernandez that. He should have, but he didn't.
He's going to be like, here, let's have a big party, and he just watches how much they socialize with the crowd, or how much they just stand in the corner just staring like,
yeah. Man, Aaron Hernandez, he was awesome until I found out what a bad person he was.
Oh yeah, well, even listening to documentaries and then watching that, I was just like, holy shit,
crazy,
that's
man.
wild,
He was
man.
so good. He was so. Anyway,
how good? Where do you think? I mean, we shouldn't even be spending time on talking about this guy, but I'm kind of curious to know if he didn't do that shit, obviously, where he would be, where we'd be talking about him right now as far as, him and Gronk go, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be interesting.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows? Crazy stuff. Crazy. That was a crazy sports story. Anyways. Okay. I guess that's about it. So really quick, we talked about tight ends. We talked about all of, major positions. We're not going to talk about kickers or defenses. Fuck them. So one cool thing I'm going to do, and I wish if you guys go back to the Facebook private group, Eat Nation private group, you'll see I did a live video showing it, but I have 100 Eat Sleep Fantasy Eat Nation members only coins.
Did you get them back? Did you get them already?
You didn't see my private video? You didn't see?
I did see your. I watched your.
I showed
video.
it. No, I showed it.
Did you show all 100? I'm asking if you got all 100 of them.
Yes, I got all 100 of them. Yes,
okay,
yes.
There you go.
Yeah. Yes, I got all 100. They're ready to go. What we're doing as a podcast is our 5th anniversary. We're going back to all our OG listeners first, and trust me, I can probably not from memory, but at least I could see their name on paper and know if they've been with us for a while. So if you are a Eat Nation members only eligible, which means you have been a listener for a long time, whether it's been in listener leagues, exchanged a lot of emails, maybe super active on social media with us, have gone to our events, if any of that stuff, if you can just email me and say, hey, I'm an OG listener, this is my name, more than likely I'll be able to tell you if you're an OG listener. After we do that, then we're going to start opening up to some other loyal listeners. So maybe it's somebody that just started listening that is, that purchased a something from one of our sponsors, stuff like that. We only have 100, and only 100 people are going to be members of the Eat Nation private group. Or I gotta quit saying that. Part of Eat Nation members only. Well, I'll tell you, I'm a member. You're a member.
And Ricky Vaughn's a member, 100%.
Oh yeah.
I told her she's getting one. Getting one.
Yeah. I know she's awesome. I mean, I want to start naming names, but I know I'm going to forget some really important people that have been listening to us for a long time. But Ricky, she did. She even had a picture of the note still.
That was pretty awesome.
Yeah. Saying that we wrote her a note just saying, hey, this is a first shirt given. And we've given out like 200 shirts since then.
Who wrote that, man? Who wrote that letter?
Rich, if you remember episodes 1 through 10, maybe Rich was a co-host here, and we used to just call him Intern Rich because he didn't really do anything, and then he ended up quitting, and then we blew up. So jokes on him. So this is gonna be really interesting. We only have 100 spots, really probably like 90 after I give away to our close friends like you and John and stuff like that. It's really cool. Go to see I think it's on Twitter. I posted on Twitter too. You can see it. But if you even think that you qualify as an OG, that's who I'm going to give it away to first. So you guys email me, reach out to me, whatever way, contact@eatsleepfantasy.com or Facebook, whatever.
You're so gray. You're so gray here, guy.
I know. And you know what? When I was doing the Facebook Live video, so I was doing it and I was trying to do it like in between yard work, and I sat down to do the video. And I heard in the house, because all the windows were open, the kids started like screaming at each other. And my wife was screaming at the kids. And then she looks out the window, and I'm sitting on the patio furniture doing a stupid video. And I don't know if you can hear it on the video, but she says, "What the hell are you doing?" I turn and I'm like, "Okay, 1 minute. I'll be there in a second." I told her it was a business call.
I'm bad. I'm bad like that too, man. I'm terrible.
Every time I need to do something for me, it's like she catches me. It's like every single time. And it just looks like I'm just not doing anything.
Yeah, well, funny story. Yesterday I was barbecued, so I let Hayden come out for whatever, play on the deck or whatever, and I'm answering an email that I forgot to answer, and I started answering this email. All of a sudden, like bang, 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 and Sarah's like, "What the hell was that?" I'm like, "Oh shit!" And all of a sudden, Hayden starts crying. He fell off 2 stairs, like fell down the stairs. I was like,
That's
"Oh
awesome.
man!"
That happens every fucking time. Man.
Yeah.
The worst thing that happens to me is like, so like. My wife goes and takes a shower, and then like I'm like down like in the room like playing with the kids or whatever. And the minute I pick up my phone to like look at a text from you or something, she walks in. She's like, "Have you just been on your fucking phone the whole time? You don't see the kids when you're at work all day, and now you're sitting on your phone." It's like, man, every single time, fucking time.
We better hope these wives never meet, man, because
that's bad news.
Yeah, it is very bad news.
I try to keep my wife inside and not talk to anybody. Hold on. Okay. Sorry. I was getting an important text.
Are you always on your phone, man? We're trying to record a podcast here.
Yeah. We're playing poker tonight.
Are we?
I don't know. I've been playing way too much. I played 19 times.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I'm taking this week off. I'll be back next week.
Yeah, I think I got to take a couple. So for those who don't know, we play like poker online. Some of us guys. If you want a part of the virtual poker, hit me up and I'll let you in the group, because sometimes we do need people. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I lose sometimes. I didn't know that I would. Okay, so here's the deal. I started playing poker. I thought I was like mediocre, like medium. But I started playing poker and I started winning. And I was like, holy shit, I'm pretty good at poker. But now I'm back down to reality. I haven't won in a long time.
I'm terrible at poker. I said I was terrible at poker. I won once and that was it. I'll be ready. I'll be coming back.
Yeah,
I just get, as soon as I get, I'm bad like that. I get a good hand and I think it's good, like in my mind. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I'm going to go all in. I'm like, fuck, that was a terrible hand. You guys have even said it. What'd you have? So I tell you, you're like, that's a terrible hand. I'm like, oh, well.
Got a pair of fives.
Yeah, whatever. Then fine.
All right. Man, this was probably the best episode of all time.
Every episode is the best of all time, buddy.
We're going up. We do have a lot of new download. Well, not new, but we have gotten a shit ton of downloads and impressions this month on our podcast. So we appreciate you guys listening. It really means a lot to us because I see the numbers. I know that we are still growing after 5 years, which is awesome. And a big part of it has to do with Clayton coming aboard. So thank you, sir. But we're gonna have a good season. We're gonna keep pumping out content. Hope you guys trust us because we know what we're doing, fantasy football, and maybe we can entertain you a little bit while giving you some information.
That's what it's about, man.
All right. Well, if you think there is a more murderous tight end out there than Aaron Hernandez, make sure you reach out to Clayton at Clayton. I already forgot. What is
at Canadian Clay FF.
I'm the one who advised you to change it, and I can't remember.
Yeah, you guys were all over me. I can't even remember what it was before.
Anyways, at Eat Sleep FF on Twitter, eatsleepfantasy.com. It's a podcast. We love you guys. I love you, Clayton, and we'll talk to you later.
All right, later.
Dream and eat nation, we doing what we like. Tune in every week, guarantee we get it hype. Fantasy, football enthusiasts, I know you plan to be joining us on Eat Sleep Fantasy.